What's up, guys? And today we are going to be doing another roster review, this time on Keon, and shout out to his guild Pingu power. We're going to look at his ships first, as always, because that's just the way I like to do it. We can get that done and over with. And basically, to sum things up here, because I speak about some things in the same videos, are you farming the bounty hunter ships? If you're doing that, you're going to be good, because the Falcon is unbelievable. The Houndstooth, the IG-2000, the Xanadu Blood, and Slave 1. Get those 4 ships to 7 stars. After that, in my opinion, if you're not farming the Sith ships, maybe put some energy into them as well. But if you really want to increase your rank in Fleet Arena, let's talk about the team right now that is best utilized. It would be the Phantom. I'm saying right now, if you're using the Falcon, Phantom, Ghost, Cassian's U-Wing in Lando's Millennium Falcon, in my opinion, is the best lineup to use in Fleet Arena with Home 1 for the Falcon. If not, right now he's running a Tarkin team, which is still pretty solid, and he get that Tarkin ship to 7 stars. Make sure you get that ultimate firepower up as high as possible, and you run with the Empire ships, TIE Advanced 1, Imperial TIE Fighter, and Biggs' X-Wing. Pretty, you know, that was the meta for the longest time. So get those characters leveled up and really start working on getting the Rebel ships in the Falcon, because once you get those characters, it's going to help you tremendously. I understand the Falcon probably won't come out for a while, so still work on the Phantom in the Ghost. It looks like you have Cassian's U-Wing at 7 stars already, and you can mix and match when that happens. And again, if you have some extra energy, start farming the Sith fighters. Now we will go back to the original inventory here. And we're going to look at your mods first on your arena team. I'm going to just switch this up here. With Palpatine, you have a health set, a defense set, and a potency set. I'm going to look at the speed of each mod. 13 speed, good. Now, critical chance. We're looking for potency and offense really big time in the secondaries here, along with speed. So potency, offense, and speed is what we're looking for. So he has 13 speed in the square. That's a health mod. He has 8 speed in the diamond. That's a defense mod. He has some potency and offense. Well done. With some speed, protection never hurts either. Especially, I'm guessing you don't have Crackling Doom Zetas, which is okay, actually. In the circle, plus 19 speed. Well done. You have potency and offense and some crit chance. This is a mod you're looking for. Plus, it's a potency mod. Well done with that. Then in your cross, I see, you know, you have 16 speed with some potency. I like to put offense in the primary stat, but do not change this mod because it's a potency mod. The biggest thing, I got to take that back. I got to remember who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Palpatine here. Depending on what your potency percentage is with him, I put potency in the primary down here with some speed. Some people put offense. I've switched upon that as well. But I understand if you're putting this health mod in there because of the 16 speed. Again, if you are not getting a lot of stuns and you're facing, you know, Bastila teams, which they're hard to get through, get that potency as high as possible. You have a crit damage mod in the triangle with a plus 13 speed, crit chance. In my opinion, crit damage isn't as important with Palpatine. An offensive mod might not hurt in here, but you can't complain about this whatsoever. It's still going to help decently. You have some crit chance, you have some speed. That 13 speed, that's what you're looking for. Great job with that. And then you have plus 30 speed here with some good potency, protection, health, and defense in the secondaries. So really, the biggest thing we can look for is, let's take a look at your overall stats here. What is your potency? Your potency 77.22. Now, with his leadership ability, you're getting over 100. So if you're okay with that, that's fine. You're looking for that speed. What is his overall speed? I need to scroll up here. 221, not bad for where you have him at right now. Everything's pretty solid here. I really can't complain. 5,209 damage. Again, maybe put offense in the triangle and potency in the cross, but really, with the speed you have in there, it's really hard. The mods I'm talking about would have to be much better mods than the mods you have on him. So great job with that. Now we'll take a look at Thrawn. And I'm guessing you have a speed set on him, which you do. Well done. Let's see how fast he is. That's what's important. 270. Well done for where you're at. Let's look at the mods. 13 in the... Really, what are you looking for with Thrawn? The biggest thing is speed. And then survivability is what I find with him, because his fracture can do damage. And But I'm really not looking for him as a damage dealer. I'm looking for him to control the battlefield. Plus 12 speed in this one. The secondary stats, again, they're not really as important with Thrawn. We're looking at speed. Plus 12 speed. Plus 22 speed. Nicely done in the cross. I don't even know why I have a cross with that fastest speed. With some health. Then you have, okay, this is a 4-dot mod, but I understand why you have this 4-dot mod on here, because we're looking at this 16 speed right here. Well done with that, and then you have 30 speed here. So very well modded Thrawn. You're using him correctly. Have him go as many times as possible. Now let's take a look at Nihilus. And I want to look at his speed, because what is important with Nihilus? It is speed. Nothing else really matters. Survivability, but you're not looking for him to do damage on offense. You're looking for him to be able to dispel with his basic, increase the opponent's cooldowns, and decrease your Annihilate cooldown when you use Nihilus. And that's really what it comes down to, because Annihilate can't be blocked. So you have a Tenacity mod here, 10 speed. Actually, I want to take a look at your Tenacity. I see what you're doing there. 65%. You don't want him to get stunned or stuff like that, which is very understandable. Plus 14 speed with defense. You don't really have any sets on here, but honestly, that's okay. You have a Tenacity set if you're just looking to get some good speed, get some survivability, because if you have 19 speed, well done. And then plus 17 speed. Good job. I see exactly what you're doing. You're looking to get him to probably have your fastest mods as possible that isn't a speed set on here, because you probably have that on Thrawn, which is understandable. His goal, again, is to dispel with basic, increase cooldowns, decrease Annihilate, and then Annihilate. So, well done with Nihilus. Again, if you want to put a few actual sets on him, if you want a more survivable, you can put a health set. If you want to put a speed set to get him faster, you can do that. But again, the name of the game is survivability and speed. Now we'll look at Nihilus, and you have your Nihilus modded with a health set and a crit chance set. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the speed. The speed is 235. Well done. Let's look at his statistics. He has health and protection. Decent health, decent protection. Let's take a look here. 22 speed in the secondary of the square. Very good, with an 8.5% offense increase. Now let's take a look at the diamond. Plus 11 speed with some extra protection, health, and crit chance. Nice. I can tell you want him to crit. Or is it plus 40% crit chance. Or maybe you just wanted to put a set on him. Plus 13 speed here. Plus 13 speed here. And you have potency. Now let me take a look at this actually. You have the potency at 80%. That's 24. 80 minus 20 gets me to 60. That'd be 56 plus 30 would get me to 66, 76, 86. I don't actually think you need a potency mod on here. You're going to be gaining a bunch of potency with Palpatine the way it is. If you're doing it because of the 13 speed, that's understandable. But I'd probably want to make him more survivable. There's two ways to mod Scion. Actually, well, you could say three. There's the really fast Scions. There's the crit damage, let's beat the crap out of you Scions, which is the one that I ran. And then there's the let's eat damage Scion as well. And I know you have some speed on him, but I would maybe suggest changing this potency mod. I never ran a potency mod here when I ran him. Maybe put a protection mod in here or an offense mod, depending on what you're looking for. I'd probably put a protection mod in here over an offense mod right now. Get him even more survivable. But if potency works for you, good enough. Then you have health and plus 7 speed there in the secondaries. Again, speed's really what matters. And then you have 32 speed here in the secondaries. What are you looking for in the secondary statistics? Defense, protection, health. Actually, any of the secondary stats available will help Scion in some way, because that's what he uses. So remember that, and just keep that going. Then we'll look at Vader last but not least. You have a potency set, and then a few mix and match mods. What do we want Vader to do? Oh my gosh, you have him at 263, and he's going to be gaining speed with all the other Sith allies. If he doesn't go first and get his Force Crush off, I'd be amazed. That's 260 speed plus his No Escape, which gives him 8 speed for the Empire allies and Sith allies and Jedi enemies and Rebel enemies. Holy cow, he's going to be going fast. Let's look at his potency right now to see what he's going to be able to land. 50% plus 30%, which you get with Palpatine's leadership. Plus 19 speed there. Plus 26 speed there. Plus 24 speed there. Plus 18 speed there. Just looking at the speeds right now. Plus 23 speed there. Plus, wow. I don't know if I have a mod set that has that much speed on it. What is your goal with Vader? It looks like your goal is to get him to go as many times as possible. You're going to get ability block off with the basic. You're going to get force crush off. And then Culling Blade is going to be able to wipe out a bunch of debuffs and buffs and do massive damage to the enemy. So the secondary stats, really, again, you can make him more survivable, or you can give him some crit chance to be able to help with some crit damage and maybe some offense, because he's kind of a versatile character in the sense that, yes, he can apply debuffs, which are huge, but he can also do some damage when modded correctly. But it looks like you want him to go first, get that Force Crush off. Well done with that. You know, I know you don't exactly have, you have one potency set and the rest aren't sets, but that's okay when you're running with 263 speed. Wow. Well done with your mods there. That's pretty solid. So now let's look at your inventory overall. And we're going to look at, first, we're going to see if you have the Hero's Journey characters. You have Jedi Training Rey. You have CLS. You don't have Revan, which is okay. I'm going to quick go and check your Old Republic characters to see if you have them, so you can be working towards them. Be working towards these guys. Zalbar, Mission, Jolie, T3. Get on the chopping block with those guys. The quicker you get them to 7-star, the quicker you get the best character in the game, and the best character game is going to help you in all aspects. Grand Arena, Territory Wars, the Raids, Arena. He's really the most valuable character in the game right now, and he really doesn't have a counter, except for himself. And then Bastila, Shan Fallen, and Candrass are available to be farmed as well. You probably don't have enough energy to completely be farming them. I would be focusing on the other Old Republic characters at the moment. Now we're going to start at the top here with Bounty Hunters, Boba, Greedo, Cad, IG-88. Those are four characters right there. To be able to get Chewie at some point in time, which maybe is not a priority for you right now, maybe it is, I'm not sure. You're going to, Bosk is the best character to have. But to be farming the Houndstooth, Bosk helps you tremendously, but you don't need him to beat the Chewie event. It just helps tremendously. Be farming the Houndstooth at the same time as you're farming Jango, because they're in the same node. I cannot stress that enough. Be farming the Houndstooth, not only to get the Falcon, because in the same node you're going to get Jango, which is going to help you get Chewie, who is also a pilot of the Falcon. It's an invaluable node, so be farming that node if you have energy. That is of extreme importance to get Jango up there. Like I said, Bosk is the better overall character, but the node that you're going to be farming Jango out of is very important. And then the rest of these characters, you know, if you want to gear them up, go ahead. Otherwise, to get their biggest importance is to get Chewie. Clone Troopers, not really important, so really at the moment anyway, I hope they do get important at some point in time. Your droids, you have BB-8 with a Zeta. Excellent job. Talking about Zeta priorities here, your arena team has the top Zeta priorities, and you have a Sith arena team right now. And I don't know how close you are to getting Traya. She would be the next priority because you don't have a Jedi team running. And you had a Zeta on CLS and JTR, I believe. Putting the Zetas on R2, both of them, is going to help you improve in the game so much. I can't stress it enough. Whether you run a CLS team in Arena, whether you run the raids with him, his combat analysis transfers some of his stats over. They do so much more damage. No, I'm sorry, his number crunch stat transfers some of the stats over. His combat analysis cleanses on a critically hit. It is so valuable. Definitely in the top area for Zetas if you're thinking about Zetaing some next characters, because he's so useful in all areas of the game, literally all areas. And then you have Chopper. Again, most of these aren't as important right now. T3 is very important because you want to be farming him, and you have BB-8 and R2, which is the most important. Empire characters, we looked at some of these. Vader, Thrawn, Palp, TIE Fighter, Tarkin. If you continue to use the Tarkin capital ship, you're probably going to want to get him to gear 12 if possible. Again, I'm a huge fan of Imperial Troopers, so if you want to be more diverse in Grand Arena, Territory War, and you're very useful in territory battles, be farming Veers, Stark, Snow Trooper, Range Trooper, Shore Trooper, Death Trooper. Those are all great characters, but not a priority for you at the moment. Let's take a look at Ewoks. It looks like you've been farming these slowly to get 3PO next time around. Their importance to me, not as high as some of the other characters. I think Chewie's more important. 3PO is a great character. Some people will argue with me. They think 3PO is better. Chief Chirp, get Ewok Elder to 7 stars, then get Chief Chirp to 7 stars. And the next time 3PO comes around, if you have them at 7 stars, put a Zeta on Chirpa. It will help you. And preferably get rid of Ewok Scout or Tebow and put in Poplu instead. You need that tank, and low grade helps you tremendously. I did it without low grade, but I had geared 12 plus Ewoks in there. First order, you have a Zeta on Kylo Ren Unmasked, well done, and then you have first order Executioner to 7 stars. You have a whole first order team. Probably want to put the first order Stormtrooper in there for something, maybe for Captain Phasma, so you can have a tank, but otherwise you have a full first order team, so not bad there. Galactic Republic, Grandmaster Yoda, definitely a character you should put a Zeta on, and you should get him to gear 12 because he's going to be so useful depending on if the meta shifts or not. He still is. General Kenobi, make sure you're gearing him up. Otherwise, that looks fine for now. Genoshan, not important whatsoever. Imperial Troopers, we talked about. I'll just take a look at these guys in here. Shore Troopers, important to have overall. Jawas, are they important? No. Jedi, let's look at your Jedi overall here. Like you said, you have Bastila, you have a Zeta on Bastila, well done. I actually think you'll be able to run a Bastila team and do better than with your Palpatine team, potentially. Not sure, I'd have to see him in action. If you get a Zeta on Grandmaster Yoda, get a Zeta on his battle meditation. Again, this is where you prioritize in the game here. If you want to maybe climb more in Arena and use a Jedi team, put a Zeta on Grandmaster Yoda, and he's great to have a Zeta on anyway, on his battle meditation. But if you want to put the Zetas in R2 as well, that will be good, because then you can run Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda, Ezra, who it looks like you've leveled up there, and then General Kenobi. And then, let's see, I'm pulling a blank here. Who's the other character? Boom, 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 boom. There's 4. You can run Jolie if you want. There's other, man, I'm pulling a blank on the 5th slot of that team right now. Maybe Old Ben as well if you want to throw in another tank. That helps. Night Sisters, let's see where you are with Night Sisters. You have Asajj at gear 12 and Zeta, well done. Probably to help you in Territory War and Grand Arena and the raids, be leveling up Night Sisters, but in my opinion for you right now, they're not a priority. The biggest priority for every roster that I look at is Crystal Acquisition. Crystal Acquisition is based on how you can do in Squad Arena and how you can do in Fleet Arena, because the higher you can get, the more crystals you're going to get. The more crystals you can get, the more energy you're going to get. So that's why for a person like you with 1.75 million galactic power, focus on getting higher in Arena to get more crystals, because your game expands tremendously with every 10 slots that you climb. So it's extremely important. So Night Sisters probably not as important right now, because you should be working on getting Revan, on maybe working on a Bastila Arena team and such. Old Republic we looked at, but we'll take a look at again. Farm for Revan, please and thank you. Phoenix, where we at with Phoenix? You have a 5 character 7-star Phoenix squad. You don't have Sabine to 7-star, not important right now. Again, if I were you, I would level up Ezra. He's going to be useful in, if you don't have Revan for a while and you're able to use a Bastila lineup, he's going to be useful, extremely useful. And then leveling them up and gearing them up in general is going to help you, because they're very diverse in aspects of the game. You can lay them in Territory Wars, using Grand Arena. They're a good squad and probably the most important beginning faction of the game, like we've said many times. Let's look at your Rebels. You have Han Solo with the Zeta on him. You can't go wrong with that. One of the best Zetas in the game. And you have CLS with the Zeta on him as well. And you have the correct Zeta. So if you actually, another team you can run that's going to help you in Arena is the CLS, R2, Han Solo, and if you can get Chewie. I understand that's harder to get right now, so that you probably don't want to focus on that as much. But it is a solid team, and if you want to eventually use a Rebel team, definitely put those Zetas on R2, but putting a Zeta on Ezra isn't a bad idea either if you're going to use him. Resistance, you have a Zeta on Jedi Training Range, and you have a Zeta on Finn. Well done. It looks like you'll be able to do pretty good damage in... Well, here's the thing. We're talking about Phase 1 of the Heroic Sith Raid. It's very hard to do well without the Zetas on R2, or at least the combat analysis on R2, because of the cleanse. When you don't have any debuffs and you only have buffs, Resistance Trooper is able to decrease... Well, we're all able to decrease our cooldowns, actually. But you'd run a Jedi Training Ray, R2, BB-8, Scavenger Ray, and Resistance Trooper. So you have that team in the making. Now it depends on where you want to go with your next Zetas. I would highly suggest R2-D2, because that will get you in the top 10, kind of, I think, and depending on who's in your guild in the Heroic Sith Raid to get Traya. Rogue One are part of Rebels. Scoundrels, not nearly as important right now. Separatists, again, not nearly as important. I hope they will be at some point in time. Look at the Sith again here. You have the Sith squad that you run. Well done. The rest of them, again, right now aren't as important, and you should be farming those Old Republic characters. And then Smugglers, we'll take a look at Smugglers. Young Han, Veteran Han. Emphas Nest, somebody you can maybe gear up and star up as well. But for where you're at, where you place, the crystals that you get, I know I sound like a broken record with this, and I probably say this to a lot of people, and it is very similar, which is why with the roster reviews, I know a lot of people a lot of you want an individual roster review done, but some of you are in such the similar situation. I might just say, hey man, check out this video. This is exactly what you need to be doing, because again, farming crystal acquisition, that is my theory, and it's the correct theory, so it's really not a theory, it's just a fact. Be farming characters to get higher in arena first. When you can get higher in arena, you get those crystals. Again, I sound like a broken record, but none of it is nearly as important. Grand Arena, Territory War, the raids, they're not as important as being able to climb in arena, in Fleet Arena, because you're going to be able to diversify your character base, your gear, your star level, and everything with those extra crystals. And the difference between 400 crystals and 900 crystals a day is substantial. When I get 950 crystals a day, depending on if I have climbed or not, I can do so many refreshes and make sure I can get 2 refreshes on Basilisk Fallen. I can get Canderous, almost get him to 6 stars to get him to 7 stars. And then I can still get mod energy, I can still get ship energy. I can't stress it enough how important it is. So again, Old Republic characters, and then basically after that you can work on and also that Django node with the Houndstooth, because getting the Falcon to place higher in Fleet Arena is important, so you want to be farming those bounty hunter ship or smuggler ships as well. That's bounty hunter ships. It's extremely important. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. Also, I'm leaving a link to my Discord server and Patreon page in the description below. Please leave comments in the comment section. Again, I want video ideas. I want to know if you agree or disagree with me. What are some other things that I can do? And also, I was on a podcast last night by Doja-san. It was a lot of fun. We were on it for an hour. And I'm going to get the link sent to me, and I'm going to post it on the channel here so you guys can listen to it and then go check him out. We had conversation about Grand Arena, 3v3 teams, about the Falcon and how we do in Squad Arena, some new characters we think might be coming to the game, and just some overall good, fun speculation and talk. So again, peace out, and may the Force be with you.